Public buildings have long held an important role in a city's downtown. From the Romanesque courthouses of the past to libraries of the future, public buildings represent the pinnacle of the communities that they serve. They are a symbol of democracy, hope, peace, and order. They are a place designed for all and belong to every citizen. Buda city leaders began discussing the need for larger city facilities to better serve the growing population during community discussions. This is all related to the development of the city's long-range 2030 comprehensive plan. This plan highlighted the need for an expanded library, public meeting spaces, and a police station to serve the newly formed Buda Police Department, spaces that the community could take pride in. In 2014, the Buda Bond Advisory Committee was created to evaluate the possibility of issuing bonds to fund facility, transportation, drainage, and park improvements. In November 2014, the citizens of Buda approved the city's first ever general obligation. Included in this were funds to construct a new 55,000 square foot city hall and library and a 15,000 square foot public safety building. A site near downtown Buda was selected and construction broke ground in the fall of 2016. Public works crews saved valuable taxpayer dollars by installing site drainage improvements. A 260-year-old live oak tree was relocated on the property in order to make way for the new public safety building. Architect firm Page and general contractor J.E. Dunn were selected to lead the project design and construction.
At our community outreach meeting, we heard a lot of requests for these public meeting spaces. And because there are so many different organizations within the citizens of Buda that needed a place to meet, we were excited to allow that to shape the program for community rooms and meeting rooms and classrooms. So we think that that kind of involvement and influence really built a program that supports the future growth of a strong community in Buda.
With the steering committee and with Paige, we just determined, hey, let's build something that's of our era. People are going to look at this building and they're going to go, all right, Buda gets it. They're on the cusp of the regional growth of Austin, but they want to retain their own unique identity. This building really embodies both. It's forward-looking, but it honors the past.
We were hired right after the architects were brought on board, which was nice that we could work with them through the different stages of schematic design, design development, and then into construction documents. But I think that was one of the things is all the teams, the city administration, the steering committee, Jay Dunn and Paige, all being able to collaborate and really look at the focus of this project, as well as the public safety building that's on this same property. Something that's unique about this project, where some of the other work that we do with high-rises where you're stacking, there's really no typical room or typical shape in this building. It is all unique, being for the most part, one level, and then adding in the second component for the administrative staff. But it was all pieces of the building coming together is very unique.
City project manager Ray CRESWELL oversaw construction of the facility and was on site daily to ensure construction was completed correctly and on time.
This project was a real blessing, not only to be a part of and being a resident of Buda, but also just being able to see this whole project come from design, come up out of the ground, and now moving into the project. Being able to see not only the forming and the pouring of the foundation, but the erection of the steel, also watching the skin of the building come up, and then now we're moving into a finished product. So this has really been a real blessing and as well as a thrill to be a part of the project. I think the difficult aspect of this was being able for coordination between the time they started breaking ground, installing the slab, and then starting the erection of the steel. Getting to and from the site was a little difficult because a lot of this had to come off of Main Street. Also had to come across the drainage ditch, so large cranes being able to lift everything where it was needed probably was the most critical. I think one of the unique items are what nobody can see is that there are two beams in each of the buildings, not only the City Hall but the Police Department, that were signed by staff, council, and those will be here forever with the signatures on them.
In October 2017, J.E. Dunn completed construction of the public safety building. The 15,000 square foot facility includes office space, a community training room, a garage, state-of-the-art technology, and a gym space to help officers stay healthy to better perform their duties.
I think it's having dedicated spaces for the different divisions. We all used to kind of be lumped into one area, so individual detectives have individual offices. They're not sharing offices. And we have a meeting space. We have a training room where we can now host training for not just us, but other area local law enforcement, and a briefing room. These are things that we didn't have before that sure make life a lot easier now. We're capable of providing a lot of additional services that we couldn't before. In the near future, we plan on taking permitting for alarms and moving animal control registration here from City Hall. We now have the space and the ability to do that and the capacity to do that.
In April 2018, J.E. Dunn completed construction of the 55,000 square foot City Hall and Library. The facility stands as a symbol of Buda's future with ties to its heritage. The facility includes over 25,000 square feet of library and public space. The facility boasts a state-of-the-art emergency operations center, and there are also rooms available for the public to utilize for meetings of homeowners associations and other civic organizations. The new library includes spaces dedicated for youth, teens, and adults, expanded technology spaces, a maker's lab and craft room, along with a study and quiet reading rooms. The Reading Garden provides a quiet space under heritage trees to enjoy a cup of coffee and the latest great novel.
I think the thing that I was most happy to find once this building was built, we got paint, we got carpet, is you walk in and it still feels like a library, and it still feels like a community library. And for the staff, that's important. We didn't want to walk in and it feel like a store or a warehouse. And it was such a relief to come in here and be like, yes, this is our place. We're going to make this awesome.
When an outsider or someone visiting Buda comes into a building like this, they will look at it and think that these people really know what they're doing. It gives us a sense of achievement and being able to do such a structure here. The new facility will have a tremendous impact on the city of Buda well into the future. With this building, we built it to accommodate growth for the next 25, 30 years. So we should be able to handle any growth that the city may have.
And when you look at square footage, the majority of square footage is devoted to the public, which is really cool. The biggest thing I think is that we have so much meeting space here, and the opportunity for citizens to be able to sit down with each other, discuss issues, and even come up here and see how our city works without having to go to different buildings.
Going through great designs and a great team to get it to this point. They've also adjusted and flexed where we brought input, from council and from the citizens that we represent. Citizens reach out to us all the time with things that they pick up and see, and the staff has done a great job of handling those adjustments. There's going to be a lot of flow, right off the I-35 corridor coming in on this north side of town. And you come by this great entrance, I think, in a lot of ways. There are things that you see that just add to the vibe and add to the feeling as you come in, like the trees themselves.
In designing this building, we wanted to look as far downstream as we could, knowing that we need to do it right the first time. And that this building was designed with flexible space plus hard-wall offices, so that leadership would have their offices, but yet then you'd have staff that would have flexible space that we could use to move people around, reorganize at minimal cost without having to tear down walls and put up walls. With the old building, we were landlocked where we were. We had no room to expand. Where this building here, it gave us a beautiful scenery, beautiful surroundings, and we designed it to bring kind of the outside in with the warmth of the wood and things like that.
If I'm an investor and I'm trying to decide which city I want to invest in or want to take a chance in, I walk into this building and I'm going, wow, Buda has it together and is ready for the future. I love the architecture, both inside and outside. I mean, with the way we were able to keep the trees It's just beautiful inside and outside. It's just a grand, wonderful building, and I'm proud to be part of it.
These sort of built organically to fit into the environment here, and keeping that small town feel. You don't feel like this is a giant building when you're driving by it, but I think when you come inside it seems a lot bigger than it looks on the outside. So I think Buda, the city of Buda, is doing a great job of maintaining that balance of keeping it small, a small town feel, but yet we're continuing to provide additional services and more things for the citizens here in Buda that we need.
It's no doubt having the unified staff together is going to serve efficiency through the staff, and that relates back down to the citizens themselves. This building is designed very public friendly, and it should benefit them very well. When I look at the building initially, it's kind of overwhelming. I guess when you're used to the facility that we're coming out of, this is a significant change, and it's very attractive and very functional from my perspective.
It is just a beautiful, beautiful building. It's a real investment in, by the community in the future of the city. And I think, all I can do is say how grateful that I am to, people who had the vision, people on the steering committee, the design committee, the architects, the value engineers, the people who built it. It is a beautiful and striking building and a real asset to our community.
We could not have done it without the confidence of the citizens. They put the confidence in us to get this project done, and now we've gotten it done. And we want them to enjoy this project.
I think this building captures the theme of kind of breathe easy here and just be family here. Just do life here in Buda.